Shefsky here, and welcome to Fantasy House. This is a weekly podcast, and I have a different guest on every week, and they describe their imaginary fantasy house. I'm pretty sure it's the only not safe for work real estate podcast. It's brought to you by me, Jon Shefsky. I'm the only realtor in Southern California. There was a biblical phenomenon that happened recently, and I am just the only one left. So if you have any questions about buying or selling a home, if you have questions about multifamily syndication, I have friends with some really cool investment opportunities in the multifamily, basically investing in apartment buildings. Any of those things. Hit me up. Send me an email at fantasyhousepodcast@gmail.com, or just right now you can just click on my Instagram, JONSHEFSKY, and I think you can call me direct on the Instagram or send me a message on there. All right, guys. My guest today, this is super exciting. I've known this dude since pretty much we both started comedy around the same time, and he's just been a great dude. We've road dogged. We've had a bunch of fun shows together. And it's a good time. He's here today, Mikey McKernan. I'm super stoked. So let's get in here. Let's riff, and let's find out about this motherfucker's fantasy house. I'm excited. Now, in the words of the great Angelo Bowers, let us do this.
Won't you take it on the ground over to your fantasy house? Your hostess with the most experience in your fantasy house.
I'm stoked you're here, dude.
Yeah, it's great to see you, man. It's been a while.
It's been too long. If we're doing that,
a while.
We're just gonna add H's into words. It's been a while.
While.
It's been too long, bro. Welcome to Fantasy House.
Fatty Hoos.
Fantasy House. Yeah, dude, we grew up not far from each other.
909ers.
I was in Chino Hills. Yeah, you're 909. We were 909 before there was 951.
Yeah,
I
you still have 909 in your phone number, right?
I have 310 because it's funny. They let you pick wherever you want.
Yeah,
and I picked Beverly Hills, and this is like a while back when I was like, thought it would be funny as a stand-up. Yeah. And I still have people be like, "You're from Beverly Hills?" I'm like, "No, no." I'll eat at a restaurant there every now and then when I can, but no, I'm not from Beverly Hills. But yeah, Rancho, dude. That place is blowing up.
That's what you're telling me.
So you're not still out there right now?
No, I live in L.A.
Yeah, you live in L.A. I like how you say it like that. Hell no. L.A.
Absolutely
you're right down the street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're not far at all.
So I was like, yeah, this is cool.
That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah, Toluca Lake's nice.
Yeah, it is very nice.
That area is freaking fancy.
Rancho or Toluca?
Toluca.
Because Rancho's fancy now, too.
Yeah.
You have Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, there's... We got a couple Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's blowing up. A few malls. A lot of high schools.
New stoplights.
Yeah.
Decently rated high schools. They actually have some good schools.
I saw some stop signs get upgraded to stoplights.
Yeah.
It's growing.
That's when you know your city's growing.
Yeah.
They sold the farmland to housing tracts, and the stop signs are now electronic.
You're like, hey, did you guys see the stop sign on Sapphire and 19th get promoted?
You talk about it with the 7 other people that are originally from the town. Did you see it get promoted? I did.
I love it.
We have a Whole Foods coming in. That's right.
Oh, my gosh. If
really
they did, they would poo their pants. I remember when Trader Joe's showed up.
Everybody freaked. Now Trader Joe's is everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just looking around. They send their scouts out, find every crappy parking lot that's too small for a grocery store in the country, and rent out get a triple net lease on that little spot. They only have bad parking spots. I'm sure there's a lot of comedians with bits on that, but they don't have. Oh my God. You travel out of anywhere and you go like, oh, there's a Trader Joe's, and the parking is awful.
Luckily, the one in Rancho actually has nice parking, but man, the one at Toluca Lake has terrible parking.
Oh yeah. L.A. Trader Joe's with just angry people in the parking lot. Oh yeah, so stressed out. The one in Los Feliz is always hilarious. Off of Griffith Park. Is it Griffith and Hyperion? Yeah, off Griffith and Hyperion.
Oh, that's Gelson's. Oh no,
there's Gelson's across the street from Trader Joe's.
That's where the cops shot the manager.
What?
Yeah, you remember there was a car chase and the gunman ran into the Trader Joe's.
Oh, Trader Sam's. I was like, they have a competitor?
Trader Sam's is the enchanted tiki bar at Disneyland.
We're just like Trader Joe's, only our leader is Sam.
Good. I'm already warm.
Wait, so you said the cops shot the guy?
Yeah, you didn't hear that story? How they were they followed somebody?
It's America. There's a shooting every 3 days.
Yeah,
they're just you don't even know anymore.
Yeah, they went into Trader Sam's and supposedly somebody got killed. They were thinking a manager was held hostage and they killed her, but it turns out it was
Friendly fire from the cops?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, so...
That's got to be a stressful thing about being a cop. It's like, are you supposed to shoot the bad guy?
Yeah.
Or like, what are you going to do? Like, you know.
You're like, oh, man, I hit another innocent person again today.
Did they, that's what they say over dinner? No, those guys carry that weight on their, I know some cops, they carry the weight on their shoulder.
Oh, man.
It is not easy job at all.
Yeah, that's probably why they snap all the time, you know?
Oh,
so.
yeah, dude. And everyone's mad at them too. So it's like you put your life on the line, and it's easy to fuck up, and then people are still pissed. I had one tell me he was a detective, and he was telling me how this guy that he had arrested, like since he was a teenager, was a problem teenager and always in gangs and doing stuff. And he's telling me how the system and this judge was just totally like, oh, he's a kid, and just was really nice to him. And he was like, no, this kid's like dangerous. And eventually, this kid went from being arrested initially just for like small petty crimes, but they knew he was like a thug, to murdering someone in a robbery.
Damn.
And this cop was telling me, he's like, you should have never been out on the streets. And he's like, and guess what? And so he was super depressed, by the way. Like, I was like, what's up,
cop?
dude? Oh yeah, dude. He's super bummed because this kid just killed someone, right? But then he was telling me, he's like confiding me. He's like, and guess what? Everyone just gets mad at me and goes, why'd you let him out? And he's like, I didn't let him out. I would have locked him up. But the judge kept being like, no, it's cool, let him go, until he killed someone. And it's like, dude, that's a lot of pressure.
Yikes.
That everyone's all mad at you too. Like, why'd you let him out? Like, I didn't. That's the funny, but no one like waits around. No one does this anymore these days. Yeah. No one waits around to like let you tell your side of the story. They're just like, we already made our judgment. Your Twitter account has been canceled.
Yeah, I don't tweet.
Good for you.
No, I tweet.
It's like a drug, huh? Are you tweeting? Yeah, I tried to stop.
Yeah, I got to be careful so I don't get canceled.
Yeah.
No, I don't do too many.
That's the funniest new term, cancel culture.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, they're so funny. It's like tantruming kids. You're like, okay, yeah, no one's paying attention except for other tantruming kids. So have a good time with that while real people are solving real problems in the world.
Yes. I mean, you don't do stand-up anymore, so it's like,
how dare you?
You do, right? Or,
I still do stand up. I just don't do it. I just do it all the time.
Oh,
I did it. Once this year.
Once this year.
Dude,
I do it. I go out way too much. I go like every single night.
That's
but it's
awesome. That's what I used to do.
It's not so much like a fear, but
yeah.
So many people are like, oh, cancel culture. I got to make my material appropriate and stuff like that. So people are so paranoid, I feel like, comedians. But then some people are like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think Bill Burr said something like the more people get like ridiculous and hysterical, the more it's important for you to just speak your mind and be honest. Something like that. He said something like that.
It's all about having your wits about you.
Yeah, it gave me goosebumps. I was like, man, it's so good that he's because people listen to him.
Did he say that on his pod? Or
I don't remember where he said it.
Yeah, because I know he was just on Rogan talking about that stuff.
But what's your favorite shit right now? What's been happening with stand up? You been having fun?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I broke up with a girl for like 5 years last year, and so this whole year I've just been so dedicated doing like as much as I possibly can. And luckily I've been, I still go on Kill Tony once in a while, and man, there's so many people listen to that. So I've been lucky enough to have like a bunch of people start following me.
That's so great.
And
so supportive.
Oh, what's so beautiful about the podcast age, it's such a high five to stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
because it's making the comedy fan even greater,
Yeah.
They're getting closer to the comedian. And so many creative people, they'll be doing whatever they do, listening to podcasts and stuff like that. So the fans are like, they'll make art and stuff. Like I sent stickers to a guy today, and he's going to make me a custom T-shirt and stuff.
So awesome.
It's just fun, So I love the creative world that has been entering more comedy these days, Because me, I can't draw worth shit.
But you're connected with people through doing Kill Tony, having Instagram and Facebook and whatever else, so you can just like. I love it too. I think it's crazy to just be able to just hit someone up real fast and be like, dude, I love that thing I just saw that you did.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love or a sketch. You see someone do a sketch like a friend of yours that you might not have even seen, but in that brief few seconds that you're scanning through your Instagram, you're like, dude, what's up? Or like, meeting an artist from far away.
It's like you've been around long, and in stand up that it's like it's like a bubble. It's like there's no like creating a following. It's like that was almost like non-existent.
Yeah.
But like places like Kill Tony and podcasting, it's like you break through through that bubble, and you can actually start reaching like real audiences and fans. So then you can actually get yourself to go out on the road because you're like
people will come see you.
Yeah, exactly. And so I love that that's kind of like been taking shape to my stand-up comedy career in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Compared to just like, oh, what am I doing out here? Just waiting for my phone to ring.
Yep.
So.
That you could take an active role in it.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the most important things as a human being is being able to have creative control and and take an active role in your life.
Yeah,
because the feeling of being helpless and be like, someone else can do this for me because I can't do it. Like your hands are tied is like that's misery, right? It's it's a form of mental slavery. So to be able to be like you can build your comedy career and like be what you want to be is awesome.
Yeah, it's so funny too. Like I came out here as an actor too when I was like 18 years old, and I remember they'd be like, what's your dream role? And you can talk about it. But now today is like, no, you should be making a web series on your own about that dream role you wanted to play. You got to write it and direct it and edit it all.
Yeah,
and that's I can't. I'm not. I don't like. We're sitting in a nice studio with all this editing gear, and I'm like, whoa. How do you press all those?
What are these buttons all do? Don't press that one. That's the eject one.
Yeah, I don't know. And it sucks because it's like you have to be in control of your own content. You know, nowadays. So it's like, oh, I do stand up, and let me try to, edit my own clips. And I'm so terrible at that.
Yeah.
So
that's the Mitch Hedberg. You can cook. But can you farm?
Yeah, can you farm?
Like, huh? Wait a second. Yeah, that was always confusing to me in entertainment. Like, I've always loved movies. I've always loved writing. I've always loved all the different parts of I love seeing, like, pulling the cap off and seeing all the sprockets moving, I love that. Yeah. But I never had, like, a passion for any of that stuff as an identity or as a career. I was just always like, I just want to, like, tell jokes.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to do that every 10 seconds.
Once a year.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Fuck you. I'm sorry. I've been busy, man. Dude, real estate's way busier than I thought.
No,
and way more, what do you call that? Enthralling? When you become obsessed with something? Like, I thought I would just.
Life?
Yeah, I thought I would just do it like as an actual life. No, I mean, stand up and comedy it's been my life for more than a decade. But yeah, I thought I would just do it a little bit part time and like make some extra cash at it while I was pursuing comedy. But as I was learning it and the people that I became friends with in it, it became like fun and fulfilling in a way that's like, this is like how I feel when I do comedy. Like it's the same thing.
That's great.
You connect with people. You just do the same thing. You hang out with people. Like I love road dogging. That's one of my favorite things.
Oh yeah.
Aside from being on stage. And it's the same thing, but I miss stand up, and I deserve being roasted by you. It's an honor.
No, I'm sorry. I feel bad now. You're like,
no,
you
dude,
son of a bitch.
Kill Shefsky over here. I'm fine, dude. I'm good. No,
no, you're living the life. Every comic, wishes we can actually have like some sort of settling down, because you're going to go out on the road. You're going to try to travel as much as you possibly can. So to have a home base, to have actual foundation. Yeah. That's like, I'm like, oh.
I mean, but it's like everything's got its drawbacks and its positives, and like I think that's one of the beautiful things about modern times. As much as I complain about all the other crazy stuff with our modern times, it's like letting people realize that like the prescribed way that someone says like this is happiness, this is success. It's falling away, and people are realizing like, oh, you make your own. Like you
have to.
People are alarmed by like marriage statistics or people having kids. They're like they're not having enough kids anymore, and you're like. It's all right. Like, it doesn't mean like you have to be a heterosexual that gets married, has kids, works a certain schedule, then retires. Like, you can do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting people. If you're adding value to this world, that's success.
I agree 100%. I've been lucky enough because my parents are like, go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so it's, having that compared to, where people grew up back in the day where it's like, no, you have to fall into the stereotypes or the timeline of the story that's everybody's supposed to live.
Yeah. You gotta live for your parents or your grandparents instead of yourself. And you're like, ooh, that creates so much unhappiness. If you slice up like the pie, I always call it the why pie, but if you slice up the pie of like who you live for, like what do you think for you? Like what does it look like? Like
what the pie?
Yeah, like the Y pie. If you say the percentages,
Well, to me, it's always been like if I get any rewards, it's the best thing you could do is make a family. To me, so it's like get a girl and have kids. But that's because I grew up in a ginormous family.
How big is your family?
I'm the youngest of 6. So,
whoa, yeah, that was when Rancho had a lot of space.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When you have the acreage for 6 kids in Rancho.
Well, yeah, when it was, our first house too, and it was in Altaloma, and it was like, so, like we put our old TV on top of our new TV on top of our old TV, and I remember Jeff Foxworthy saying a joke like, you might be a redneck if you do that.
Totally.
I remember being a little kid being like, oh my God, we're rednecks.
I think we might be rednecks.
But then I was like, we live in nice suburbia. We obviously could, get along. But then I remember my parents hitting bankruptcy when I was a kid. Like we were really poor as a kid, but now it's like they moved to, Etowanda, like top Etowanda, where there's like a bunch of new track houses.
Oh yeah.
And my dad's doing way better now and stuff like that.
Oh, it's beautiful. So, it's great when like your parents, you can see your parents growing.
Oh man.
Because I think for up to a certain age, tell me if you feel the same. Up to a certain age, you look up to your parents as like a stagnant, like that's them. They're this, and that's what they've become. But like, man, my brother and me always joke about my parents and talk about them like they're our teenage kids. Like whatever makes you guys happy. Like I love seeing them so like funny. Progress. The same as we do, like we're all human beings, like organically, like moving forward, hopefully evolving and keeping an open mind. It's exciting to see your parents be like, oh, they were doing bad at this or that, whether it's money or other mental stuff, or whatever, and see them grow out of that. Be like, oh, you can still keep growing until you hit the grave. Like you can just keep moving and learning.
That's my old man. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
He has a stucco company, and he's learned that he cannot make any more money. Like he can, have a great living, sustainable business, but he can't make any more money. So he looked up what is the most recession-proof trade there is.
Yep.
Haircuts. I'm not kidding you.
Everybody needs haircuts.
If you get a haircut, you have to go to Great Clips in Laverne.
Like you have super long hair too, and you're like, my dad's super into haircuts.
My dad has franchised Supercuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great Clips, Supercuts, Great Clips. I'm fucking up my English.
In what cities?
Bad today. Laverne. The one he has
off
is
Foothill.
Yes,
that's next to my brokerage, and I got. Oh my god, this is such a. I'm getting goosebumps. Dude, shout out to your dad because I drive by Great Clips. It's next to like IHOP and like Starbucks over there off of Foothill. Am I right?
Yes.
Dude, so right by my brokerage, I drive by it and I'm always like, dude, I've never gone in to say what's up, but I was like, game recognized game. They have cars out there with Great Clips ads on it.
Yeah.
There's signs out there and I'm like, dude, the owner of that business is like,
that's my old man. I'm not even
crazy.
Kidding. He made
so crazy.
I got in a car accident and I had to drive around the Great Clips car, like one of those Great Clips, and it was and it's hilarious because if you see me, I have long hair. I've been boycotting haircuts since like 2005.
That sounds like a good commercial right there, though.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding you. People would take pictures of me, like when I was driving that car, because it's like
it's so ironic. Yeah,
like, what's this guy doing driving around a haircut car? So. Yeah, my dad will be very excited that I brought that up, and then that there's connection.
Oh, that's so awesome!
Your office.
That's so awesome, dude. Now I have to go in there. That's so cool. Yeah,
he'll probably be there. He's obsessed. I'm not even kidding. Like every night, he loves to go home and count the money. He like looks at the app. He's like, "Oh, we got how many numbers of reservations today?" Because you can make. So much money. And so he does incentives to like the employees, like, yo, if you do this many, I'll give you this and then stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
keeping everybody like as part of like the progress. So you're not just like the boss with all your cash and everyone else is just whoosh, whoosh.
Dude, and it's so
cool.
Yeah. And so the hardworking mentality is kind of like instilled in me too as well. Like I know I'm going to be working. Like I love having stuff to do. That's what's so beautiful about stand up is like every single night, it's like I can go out and do this every night. I feel so productive. He was, before he got into the haircuts, he wanted to go to school and like kind of become a professor and teach business.
Yeah.
Because he's so obsessed with like business and running your company and trying to make some dough. But he's like, no, now he's
that's so rad.
Yeah.
It's so cool, dude. Hats off to him and
literally hats off and
hats off and then once you take the hat off,
scissors out.
Yeah, get those split ends taken care of over at the Great Clips in Laverne. I guess we have an unofficial sponsor. I've never had a sponsor on the show that didn't know they were the sponsor of the show.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's badass. Is your dad? Is he in there at all? Or is he managed from afar?
Yeah, he's always there.
Okay, so
but it's usually towards the end of the day, like the work day. He'll go.
All right, so where is the geographic location of your fantasy house?
It's a good question because I always have a question that I ask people. I always say, if you had a house, a mansion, an apartment, where would you put those three things in the world? And you want to answer that?
Dude, you ask people that?
Yeah, all the time. Just like, fun questions.
Did you ask me that like 10 years ago and that's what inspired this podcast? No. And I don't even know it. I'm like, wait, was this your idea from 2009? Holy shit. So folks, we're back with your host, Mikey McKernan. This is his podcast now. I have to just turn it over to you. Here you go, buddy.
You guys, the inspiration. He's here.
Yeah, that would be funny if that was your name, though. The Inspiration.
No way. Don't even
coming to the stage. Give it up for the Inspiration.
It's better than the Boo-Ha, man. See, now I'm trying to think, like, do I want it practical or really where I want to go?
So don't put too much pressure on yourself to feel like because this is in the surreal world, right?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
you can come back for another episode. I've had so many Fantasy House guests be like, dude, after
Changed my
the episode,
mind.
I thought about this, that. I was like, yeah, we'll have a season 2, dog. So don't feel like, you know what I mean? This is not, we're not going to run out of lumber to build your fantasy house. You can just, it's
I got
unlimited
4 more
land.
years.
Yeah. You got 4 more years. Oh yeah. until the podcast ends.
Yeah.
Mikey's referring to a reference that Tony Hinchcliffe told me that to always go for, you have to do your podcast for 4 years to see if it's even worthwhile. So don't give up before then.
All right, I'll say this is going to be in British Columbia, Vancouver.
Okay. BC.
Yes.
That's what we call it. BC, Vancouver. What's it? What kind of geographic? What's it look like? This area. If I was flying a drone over your fantasy house, what the hell am I seeing, dude?
You're going to see a lake. There's going to be a lake and kind of mountainy, a little foresty, but not too foresty.
Okay.
It's Penticton,
All right, Mom.
Penticton, British Columbia is actually the city. This is where I would go play hockey for like 3 summers in a row.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when I was a teenager and stuff, and just fell in love with that part of Canada.
Yeah.
And that's where I would put it. And it's got like, it's the west coast of Canada, but there's still it's very foresty. Like I just remember, because I haven't been in a while, there's the Kelowna airport and there's like it's a valley to get into the airport.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I see mountains and stuff, but there's a Lake Skaha.
So we're picturing a lake, a lot of green, lush greenery and trees, tall trees like pine trees, Canadian stuff like that, and hills and all that kind of stuff. Just a pretty Canadian landscape. Okay, what's the house itself look like?
I think now that you were saying it like that, I think it's more of a mountain house. I'd probably put it in the hills somewhere. Or
Okay.
With forest. I don't know. I don't want too big of a house. I like the practical living, you know, like if I had the means, I would want to make it more practical. I grew up in a big family. I kind of want a big family, so there might be space, but yeah, it'd be a pretty big house. I would, you know, when I like kind of cabin-y looking Colorado houses.
Yeah.
So like when you walk, oh yeah, pretty
The
nice.
Dumb and Dumber house that they had the what do you call it? The negotiations in for the for the what do you call it? What do they call it? Why can't I remember? When you have a hostage, not a hostage, a ransom negotiation.
Yeah, kind of like that. I do like that. I wouldn't go too extreme to it, you know. But I mean, because I really like old homes.
Yeah,
you know, that's really.
What do you like about them?
You know, just character and age. Like people have lived here, and this has been here longer than I have, so it's endured. You know what I mean? I kind of like that, and you know, compared to, you know, like I just feel like I grew up like on IKEA furniture.
Yeah,
so stuff that doesn't last.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I mean?
It's made out of weird plastics mixed with woods. And you're like, what is this?
Sawdust, like you know, melted or glued sawdust together.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's glue and sawdust. You're like, what? And they always have warnings that it causes cancer. You're like, then why did you sell this to me if it causes cancer?
And like the house that my parents live in too was a model home, you know, and so like they kind of like rushed building it, and there was like some stuff that was missing. Like I remember like there was supposed to be like a soap dish, but they built it wrong.
Yeah.
And so to me, I'm like, why? Like, why are we in a rush to build this house? This is supposed to be. So that kind of drew the love of the older homes. So if I could like have like an older home up there, that would be cool. But I feel like this would probably be a custom home, you know?
Yeah. You could have a custom older home. Yeah. I mean, it's fantasy house. You could say that, you know, you go build it back in time, let it sit for 100 years and age, season that home.
Yeah, I like, you know, the houses in Angelino Heights, like in Echo Park.
Yeah.
Some of those homes, like if I can put like one of those, you know.
Like an old craftsman?
Yeah.
With like a porch and just like solid, thick molding?
It's got to have a porch. I not so much like all wraparound porch, but a big, nice... You know, like you could see, but I would like some protection of the porch because I like smoking. So I like to just, oh man, if I had a porch, I'd be a huge porch monkey. I'd hang out there all the time.
Me too.
That'd be probably the main source of, you know, probably even eventually have a TV out there. That's how much want to hang out there.
Yeah. It's like people that like to sit in their garage and watch TV too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's something about being outside there. And I was just talking to on another episode about wanting to sit in like I just want to play banjo and chill on a porch. And I don't know how to play banjo yet.
Garage hang too. That reminds me of growing up. Like, man, I can't tell you how many times we've hung out in the garage.
Yeah, my brother's a garage hanger. Like we don't park our cars in the garage. He just has a bunch of like metal, he has a bunch of metal shop like lathes and drill presses and stuff with belts on it that make a lot of noise and
workout equipment that's getting dust.
It's getting metal dust on it, and he's just welding something in the corner, and then sitting there just chilling in the garage, listening to music or whatever. Garages are great hangout spots.
Yeah.
All right. So is your old house going to have? Is it like a creaky floor too? Do you like some of those old things that make it feel old? Where you're like, oh, this is really.
Yeah,
it feels like a boat, an old boat.
Yeah, like I like creaky floor. I always like. I don't know if this makes sense, but I like how hard the floor is. Mm-hmm. To me, I just feel like older homes just have harder floors. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's because they have like a basement or something like that, but there's just this like, man, this is a solid, like even the doors, you can just see like this is solid, like a solid home that's been built to last decades upon decades,
Yeah.
So I like a good foundation. I like, almost like I see like warped, like because it's so old, like almost like the floor is warped and stuff.
You like
that.
the character.
Love character.
Like if your jeans get a hole in them, you're like, not only am I keeping them, these are my favorite jeans. They're getting upgraded.
That's exactly it. That's a perfect way to describe it. It's got to have a lot of character.
Awesome. All right. So what's it look like when I walk in color wise? Like what kind of tone do I feel in there?
It's gonna be brown.
Brown.
Yeah,
okay.
Brown is my favorite color. Brown, maybe forest green.
Very earthy.
Oh, very earthy. I'm not so much light. It might be a little more darker. I've always kind of like a dark, first entrance. Maybe not so much like a high, like ceiling wise, but there'll definitely be like a coat rack, maybe a front closet. But oh man,
do you have any decorations like on the wall or anything like that? Like, what would you put on the wall?
Like I would definitely want some sort of artwork when you first walk in. That's like would do it. Like I have like my dream artwork would be. It's the landscape of Wile E. Coyote, like Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote. It's you see that, and then at the corner you see Wile E. Coyote holding up a sign that says "Boo Ha." And so, I would like.
Wait, what's Boo Ha from?
That's my catchphrase. I do my stand up.
That's your stand up Boo Ha. So you're going to meld your classic love for Wile E. Coyote and Warner Brothers cartoon
with my own,
with your own, that's
egotistical
great.
Art form myself. But
that's not egotistical, dude.
Well, I just would imagine
very egotistical. Woo ha, boo ha, and shoo ha, badonka donk, schlonka donk. That's mine though. I'm just joking.
No, that's okay. Let me tell you, if I ever did get recognition, I already have that people love the catchphrase. But if it got so big, it would spawn other catchphrases. Could
it ever become your Smells Like Teen Spirit where you're like, I don't want to say that?
Yes, it already has.
Dude, isn't it crazy? Dude, I started saying Shefsky here at the beginning of videos automatically without realizing it. Then it was like, oh, that's how I start my videos. And then now I'm at the phase, and mind you, this isn't 10 years old. This is like maybe a few years old. I'm like, I don't even like saying it anymore. And I say it every beginning of every podcast. But yeah, you're like, fuck, it's become my teen spirit.
Dude,
don't make me play that song. Let me do a different one.
My whole stand up right now is me dealing with that. I have to do this forever.
Oh, that's so funny.
I love ripping on it too. So
there's a guy that says hamburger at the end of his stuff, right?
Oh,
hamburger.
Yeah, I even thought about. There's a couple people who have catchphrases, and we would put on a show together and just be like, this would be the catchphrase.
Yeah, dude. So funny.
I don't know if people want to sit through, a show of catchphrases though.
It's called catchphrase comedy.
Yeah.
What if your catchphrase was just catchphrase?
Oh man. I guarantee that he's out there.
His name is Catchphrase?
Yeah, he's out there.
Oh, that's his punchline. How you guys doing tonight? I'll tell you how I'm doing. I just flew in from Cleveland. Catchphrase.
You would be so surprised how much. See, look, you're already cracking up over it. People would love that stuff. Especially like somebody told me I had to go on America's Got Talent because
you can't, man. You've got full arms. I'm just joking. That was out to our buddy Ryan. Shout out.
Keep killing it, Ryan.
Keep killing it. Club Dub hashtag.
There was a guy who goes sip like every time he would do a joke. So
yeah, dude. Punchline indicator is
contagious,
intense. My buddy Angela used to joke about having a burrito as your punchline indicator and like how fat you'd be as a comic because you're just like, oh, dude, I'm doing 2 sets, like 2 headliner sets tonight. You're like, I get another burrito. Like, get the waitstaff to get you another burrito before you just tell a joke and then eat a bite of the burrito.
I'm amazed that there hasn't been somebody eating food as their catchphrase.
That's because it's unhealthy. Every comic's doctor said you got to stop that. The buffalo wing thing is going to kill you. Just learn timing.
That's hilarious.
Doc, I'm not learning timing. I'm the taquito guy.
I'm learning cuisine.
I want to be the yellowtail sashimi comic for my punchlines. Just eat a ton of you get mercury poisoning. All right, this is going way too far. We got to end this joke. Catchphrase.
The house. Okay, here we go. The front, pretty chill. Just that artwork. Probably lead I actually would want because I grew up in a 2-story house. I would more want a farm style house, 1 story.
Yeah.
You know, so when you walk in, there'd probably be like maybe a hallway down to all the different, the rooms. But we'll go to the living room first. That's where, because I don't want too many rooms. I just want like 1 living room, kitchen, maybe 2 bedrooms. You talked bathroom. All right. Living room, when you walk in, it's just going to be, I remember Tommy Lee's house from Cribs.
Yeah.
You know how he had like this ginormous couch?
Yep.
I'd want that where you can like lay on it and stuff like that.
He also had a Starbucks
Wow.
in this basement.
That's right. I wouldn't go that too far. That's too much. I wouldn't want other, I don't want employees in my house.
Yeah, that's an important factor because some people do want like a full crazy staff.
Yeah.
Some people have been on it, have been like, I want robots, so I'm not really making people work, but I want them attending to my every need. And some people, my buddy Nick was like, no, I don't want anybody except for Slash playing guitar behind me when I walk around. I'm like, so it's cool. You want peace. Yeah,
I definitely want peace. Probably if we go to the kitchen, I want the kitchen to be really big. That's always a fun hangout. Like I grew up, when you go to parties and stuff like that, I loved hanging out in the kitchen.
Kitchen's the hangout spot.
Make that. I would like a personal chef, but maybe once a week and do the, what's that called?
What?
Meal prepping.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that, so I'd like to have somebody help me out with the meal prep.
What would you have for a meal if someone was going to do it right now?
I would do scrambled eggs and avocado for breakfast. Lunch, I would do pepper jack and salami sandwiches with honey and mustard. And then for dinner, it'd probably be chicken and asparagus or steak and asparagus. Maybe some mashed potatoes once in a while. Maybe some spinach.
Sound like a good meal there.
Man, I am so peculiar. I know exactly usually what I like,
Yeah.
I don't like to eat different things, so.
Dude, honey mustard on your salami sandwich, that was an interesting one. I don't know if I've done that. I love a good Italian sandwich. I just haven't done it with honey mustard.
I know it's probably should be olive oil and stuff like that, but
there is no should be.
No, you're right.
You have what makes you happy.
Fantasy house.
Fantasy meal prep.
Yeah, I would have also kind of like the dining room attached to the kitchen, so if anybody wants to sit down and have the meal, they would talk to everybody in the kitchen. My biggest thing is a fridge. I don't like the smart fridges, but fridge water.
Just have it right there.
Yeah, I don't have that right now in my place, but man, I miss having, I love going home and having fridge water. I'd have my specific cup that I would use every time and just get, fridge water.
You have like an old Big Gulp or an AM/PM cup.
Well, my parents' house, it's a blue classic Pilsner right now. I don't know where they got it, but that's always been just that's my cup.
Yep.
So peculiar.
No, that's great. Yeah, it's very Renaissance of you. If you had like a little loop on your belt that you kept your cup hanging from, and like your own. I bring my Stein,
like a lightsaber
or a Stein. You have your own Stein everywhere, and you're in charge of your own cup. You never ask anyone for cups because you got your own. Yeah. Okay. So you got like a communal feel there in your house where people are hanging out in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. The dining room's connected to the kitchen. What's it look like? Paint a picture of like what you see in your head when you think of this place. Like, what does the countertop look like? What does the flooring look like? What are the cabinets? I just love those things, by the way, and I love to force people to tell me that.
No, absolutely. I love the 70s old school house looking. Like maybe where there's like the island and you almost have to like bend over and look. Yeah. How there'd be like.
The cabinets that block you from the open concept,
it's like every show you watch on TV now where they rip out those, those stuff. No, I want to keep those.
Yep.
I like it would probably be all brown, kind of wood paneling, like old school type of. The counters would be, it's like plastic. It'd be all old school, like what I grew up as a kid, know. And I imagine, not. Like I like marble and stuff like that, but marble's probably the best because I'd be like, what's the easiest to like clean and stuff like that?
Marble's the hard. Well, marble stains easily.
Oh, I didn't know
beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful ones, but it stains easy. And then you've got quartz, and granite. So granite is it's you've got that organic look to it. Quartz they can make look like granite or.
I'd
marble.
Probably make it all black. I like the black, whatever it'd be all black. Really deep brown.
I'm gonna give you
cabinets.
quartz. We're gonna do quartz all black.
Quartz all black,
and then deep brown cabinets.
Yeah.
What color are the knobbies and like all of the like your sink, your faucet, and all that stuff? I want to see. I just want to picture it. Black.
Yeah.
Black and brown.
Yeah.
You got a dark kitchen.
Yeah. Most of it would be dark. I like kind of because I don't know, if I can live like in a tree house, it'd be like that. I kind of want that feeling, vibe. But I like.
Are you sure this whole fantasy house is in a treehouse? I'm just joking.
No,
just trying to make you go back. That's for next.
Let's start over
season.
again.
Yeah, that's for next season, dude.
Yeah, because I just like it dank and brown, but I mean, it doesn't have to be too much. I'm kind of a hoarder, so I'd probably put a bunch of doohickeys and stuff like that. I'd probably make it themed, like I'd want to like have certain themed rooms. And for kitchen, what kind of theme it would be? I'd probably do Goofy. I'm a big Goofy guy.
Yeah?
Goofy. Yeah, I'd probably make, if the kitchen needs to be a positive environment, I'll make sure I'll put the Goofy in there.
So like what, you're going to have like graphics with Goofy on it on your cabinets?
Artwork, like whatever. It's like if I need to get a toaster Goofy or like, a cookie jar Goofy. Because I like the theme stuff like that, so I'd do that. If there was knobs with his face, I'd go even farther.
Oh, that's a trip, yeah.
Stuff like that. Wherever you can find,
I actually like want to see that, like the black countertops and then the brown cabinetry with like goofy knobs on things. Like I think like a Goofy faucet where you like turn on the water and it's Goofy's like ooh, like his mouth opens and the water pours out.
It makes a noise every time. Yuck.
Bipolar. Okay, so
badass.
Let's go to your bedroom.
The bedroom.
That's right. I'm sure you've heard that one before.
Yeah, I would like. Okay, so it'd be pretty big. I'd have probably king size, probably the biggest bed you can get. I don't like the what's that called? Like it's like a royal bed.
We're talking about where you have the frame around it?
Yeah, no frame.
Okay.
I like it all free around.
It's almost like minimalist in there?
Yeah, I don't even know if I would have like what does the bed sit on?
A bed
frame?
Yeah, you're sitting on a bed frame?
Yeah, I would probably just have the bed solo by itself, nothing too extravagant. Backboard, I would have something with shelves so I can have books and stuff.
Like right behind your head so you can lay down and read and then put it back?
Yeah, and it's so funny because like, people will be worried about, earthquake, some sort of way to figure that out.
Listen, if you can't handle having one of your favorite books fall on your head during an earthquake in California, then you don't deserve to read that book.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, if I would... I know now I'm thinking about because I'd have to have a library in the house. But the bedroom would be pretty chill, not too much artwork. Got to have a TV. I want an old school classic dresser, maybe the dresser with the TV above it. I would like a patio from the back to the bedroom.
That's right, because you're a smoker. You want to be able to just patio it.
Definitely want to have a patio outside, and. Nothing too. It doesn't need to be too big because I don't spend time in the bedroom, so it's just for sleeping. So I wouldn't put too much stuff to keep me busy in there.
Do you have a bathroom in there?
The bathroom,
okay,
absolutely. I like stand-in shower, huge, where it's like you can shower heads, multiple shower heads. I would do.
What's it like? Like, what's the tone in there? Is it also dark and dank?
Yeah, it would be. I've always liked the black marble. For bathrooms, that would be nice.
You ever listen to the band Venom? Oh, they're a metal band that has like one of the greatest metal songs ever called Black Metal.
Yeah.
So it just made me think of that, but saying Black Marble. Black Marble,
I know.
Your soul to the gods rock and roll.
I grew up like listening to Korn and stuff, so like my early teenagers got a lot of like, not like goth backgrounds, but dark.
I'm such a dad joker that when you said that, I just pictured a dude picking up like a shucked piece of corn and holding it up to their ear like, you hearing anything? Be like... Yeah, sounds good.
This is the new metal, they say.
Just me and my dad joke live comics going on in my head.
You hear anybody?
I grew up listening to Korn, and I just pictured the B-roll, like Family Guy style, like holding up a corn, like, oh, yeah, this is good stuff. You want to check it out? Hell, yeah. Oh, yeah, corn rocks. Are you ready for subsidized high fructose oils? I listened to Korn, too, when I was younger. Not the joke that I was making, like the actual the band Korn.
Band rules, man. I still follow the leader. I can still put it on. I like his and hers sinks. Mm-hmm. Those are great because I'm very peculiar on my sink.
Yeah.
So I'd have separate. But I would like maybe next to each other because it's, like when you're getting together, you're looking at each other. Not so much back to back,
Listen, I don't know if you ever had a relationship before, which I know you have. That only lasts for like two toothbrushings where you stare into each other's eyes. After that, you're like, all right, I got to go. See you later. Peace.
Love's not real.
I'm just teasing. Love is so real, dog. It's just at the honeymoon phase. No, I'm just joking. My wife and I brush our teeth into each other's eyes every morning.
Is she pretty decorating the house, or do you get a chance to?
That's a better question. Do I get a chance to? No. I pick and choose my battles, and my wife goes, look what I did. I go like, yes, ma'am, and I love what you did. I don't have opinions or personality. See you later, going to work. I'm just joking. I do let her decorate. She has a better sense of, as an adult, decorate.
Yeah.
If I decorated our house, it would look like what my office, not my office that I work at, but my office at home looks like, or it would look like my teenage bedroom. Like I'd have like too many posters, gnarly stuff, offensive slogans, toys everywhere, weapons, toys, illegal paraphernalia, politically incorrect statements and posters on the wall, and just so it's good that my wife has her, I don't even know what you call it, that adult sense of like, I got these cute shelves and we have these fake succulents on them with pictures of our family. I'm like, you know what? It's good that you're in charge.
You're like, I'm so glad you put things.
How would you do it? Or how do you do it?
I would like her, like if I ever had, like when I get the woman, I like the woman's
when I get
touch.
the woman.
Whenever she,
Folks, it really is a hunt. Mating is very primal. When I get woman.
When I finally wrangle one,
that's right.
I would prefer because, woman is Mother Nature. They're home. They're embody that. So
the spirit, the feminine spirit, Gaia.
I feel like, I know this sounds, stereotypical, but the woman, they deserve the home and to create it and make it homely. So I wouldn't be too big on that. I just would always want to make sure I put up artwork, real life paintings and stuff real life. I don't know why I'm in the talking business. I don't talk properly.
It's all right, dude.
But
that's why you're in the talking business, because you're fun to listen to talking improperly.
Good. I'm glad.
Even on your worst day, you're better than a non-professional talker.
But I always want her opinion, so that's why I'm always like, what else would I put? Like in the fantasy house.
It's nice to like relinquish some power and like be like, what would you put? And enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
That can be hard at times, but just to be like, what do you think? And just enjoy, like, what do you want to, what do you want to eat for dinner,
Yeah.
And then actually go and enjoy, like, yeah, cool. I'm excited that you chose this.
Yeah. Well, I've, like my fantasy is obviously, falling in love and getting married and having a sweet ass woman to make families. So this fantasy house would definitely have to, a piece to her, as well.
So if she's listening right now, she knows.
Yeah.
There's a slot open for you, lady, to make some choices.
This is also your fantasy. You could find me at.
What's your Instagram?
It's just Mikey McKernan.
Spell it out.
MikeyMcKernan.
He is funny, by the way, folks. Don't listen to the stickers.
Yeah.
This guy is very funny.
I have a sticker that says Mike McKernan's not funny. And I still pass them out every time. And people are like, but you are funny. So I say, oh, you could say Mike McKernan's not funny. He's hilarious. And then you do the boo-ha that people think you're weird.
Dude, that's a great example of branding, by the way, because you've been doing that. You've been passing that sticker out for what, 8 years? 10 years?
I've been doing comedy for 2006 was when I first started doing the sticker. How long was that?
I still see it, and I go like, I know who that guy is. Like, it's smart, dude.
Thanks.
It's smart. It's fucking great.
And it's what's really. I mean, I appreciate it, and it's fun to have that as well. And then now I have a catchphrase because it's like I have multiple brands now that I'm trying to create as well.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you have a sticker that's getting your name out there, and that's who you are. But no, then you have your catchphrase.
Yeah.
So there's like multiple things that people can get you from, which I think is.
I think it's so
good.
fun, though. And that's one of the things I love about. I think it's like a major ingredient for anything that people like us enjoy. Is just like, do you have creative control to like do whatever you want and just have fun with it? And like you do, and that's great.
You have to.
And so when if this woman's listening right now, do you have a sticker that says like Mikey McKernan like doesn't love you? So you can be like, he loves you more than anything, or like, you know what I mean? Like you can give her that, or like when you propose to her, like you get down on bended knee and you pull out a sticker and it says like Mikey McKernan wouldn't like you to spend the rest of, or to be his wife or whatever, and you hand it to her and she's like, he wouldn't like you to, he would love you to be his wife, or like.
That's fucking hilarious.
If that's how you propose to your actual wife, I would just be.
I'm gonna have to.
I would be.
Now
so
I'm gonna
happy.
have to.
I'd be so happy.
That broke me. That was so hilarious.
Okay, dude. So take me to what kind of toilet you got in that bathroom, by the way? Let's get back to the dirty
Yes.
stuff. What's your toilet like?
The dumper. What's so funny is I like the black toilet, you know?
Dude, I have a black toilet right now.
Right now, you do?
Yeah, I do.
It reminds me of the Comedy Store, you know?
Yeah, and it reminded me of that when I first moved in. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, we need to get a new toilet.
I like it because it's, if there's a little, dirt.
If it's dirty, you can't see it?
Yeah.
But that's what could be annoying, too. You're like, is the toilet even clean? I can't tell. It's a black
man.
bowl. Is this
That's
a
right.
nightclub? Yeah, it's so weird. I have my 3-year-old's like being potty trained, and I'm like, poor kid sitting on a freaking black toilet like we're in one of those nail salon paintings from the 80s or whatever. Like, who has a black toilet?
Hurry up, kid. Get your poop out. I need to go back out there.
Get your poop out. You don't even need to flush. We can't tell. The toilet bowl's black. It's just a black hole that you shit into.
That's so funny. I like the separate bath, like the separate dumper room.
Yeah,
have
totally.
its own by its own.
So that you're not polluting
Yeah.
bath time. Like, and if someone wants to use the restroom, it doesn't have anything to do with someone taking a shower or
100%.
brushing their teeth. Yeah, it's so great.
I never had a bidet.
Yeah.
I've never done a bidet, but I want one.
Okay.
Even though I never. Have you done a bidet before?
Yes, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
see?
have one currently.
I want one of those. I like the whole, it's so funny now that I'm talking about the bathroom. I've never been to Japan.
Yeah.
But the bathroom Japan etiquette.
Yeah.
If you're
I've been told about it.
it's like they have like rooms, it's like a shower room.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's like so many different knobs and everything like that. So
Yeah.
I would like some sort of that, influence into the bathroom, but since I've never been there, I can't really take it. I just hear from it.
Yeah.
But that might be like the dumper room.
I'm just imagining like your bathroom having compartments so that things are separate.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of black, black toilets, dark showers, showering from all over, while corn is blasting in the background.
Oh yeah, I would like maybe like LED lights in the shower. I would like maybe like because I like listening to music in the shower.
Yeah. Oh,
so
me too.
if it's kind of like a party,
Yeah.
that would motivate me to make sure I'm thorough.
Yeah.
So that I would want some sort of aspect. I definitely want a lot of cool lighting.
Yeah.
In the house. Like my buddy the other day went to his place, tiny little apartment. But he has like a green LED like snake light in the bathroom, and I just love that. I was like, dude, this is what I'm talking about.
That's cool. Yeah.
So a lot of places would have, a lot of lighting,
Okay.
a lot of accents of different colors. Like I would like one room somewhere where it's like you just turn on a red light and be red in there.
That's cool. You have
know?
I call it color therapy, where you actually are like, oh, I'm feeling this light right now.
I want a ton of color therapy.
Awesome.
Even though I'm saying it's a lot of dark, but I wanted it dark, so if I had to turn on any lights and stuff like that, it could light it up.
Yeah. It's almost like a stage show. It's almost like or being on in a theater, like the darkness and then colored, the gels that they put over the.
Yeah, I love it. Like like if you ever see you'll see trees on people's properties and they have like a purple.
Oh
light on
yeah,
the tree.
dude. Oh, that's great.
That kind of idea.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff there. I would like.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if that's expensive or because to me I'm always thinking too paranoia. Like if it's too much lighting or if like a light fuse and catches fire and stuff like that. But
I mean, as far as your fantasy house goes, there's no regulations. There's no. You don't have to get. You don't have to get a permit from the city. It'd be crazy if we lived in that level of fascism where they're like, "Did you get a Zuckerberg permit for that thought?" And you're like, "Huh? Wait, what?" They're like, "Yeah, you can't just have that thought." I'm like, "No. This is fantasy house. This is an exercise in just thinking about it." But in real life, yeah, you would definitely want to check with an electrician and make sure everything's.
See, I know it's so funny. I got to let go. This is the fantasy house. I need to not,
Yeah, that's the whole point of this.
Thoughts.
And that's the whole point of this exercise is to let go and just enjoy it and
restricting the imagination here, man. I'm so practical though. That's just who I am in general. I love practicality, being real.
Yeah, but in a practical sense, for your brain right now, for some health, dude. Let go and just come up with some fakeness and enjoy the fake ideas. Oh yeah, go.
You first.
I was just going to ask you about the library, but if you have something else to say about the
there's like two main things I really want: is the library and the basement.
Let's do the library right now. Then can we end on the basement?
Yes.
Okay, let's do the library now.
So the library is I want every single book I've ever read.
Okay.
In the library.
Yep.
And I would want a chair, like a very comfortable reading. I would want reading chairs everywhere. I want all of them covered. It's like your classic almost library, like with the ladders going up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even a stairwell and like a balcony going around. But every single book that I've read, and then inside the wall bookcase, I would want like a chair to sit inside that you can read. That's very comfortable, perfect, and then have lighting there. I would have a really good sound system in there as well, listening to a lot of classical music.
Which is good for your brain when you're reading.
Yeah.
It doesn't distract you with linguistics.
Definitely those old school, chairs where they like look like proper chairs, a lot of overhead lamps. I don't know how many I would have, but I would have enough so multiple people can read. I would like if I ever did shows, I would like the stage to be in the library. I like the acoustic as the books, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there would be maybe a little mini stage, and maybe this library could / turn into a small venue. And then if we can put people up on the balcony and stuff, it wouldn't be too big, but it'd be like might be the coziest room, maybe,
But you could do shows in the library in your fantasy house?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that would definitely be it. But yeah, maybe have a show stage, but definitely the chair built into like the bookshelf wall.
Yeah.
I've seen that before, and I was like, would be my fantasy house for sure. But every single book I've ever read, I have to have, because I would like to have that as my collection.
Do you have a favorite book?
Yeah, my favorite book of all time is called Franny and Zoe by J.D. Salinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the two youngest of the Glass family. Salinger's written 4 books. 3 of them are revolved around the Glass family.
Yeah.
And it's the 2 youngest who are obsessed, or no, they're not obsessed, but they're like upset with who they are in society because their older siblings were geniuses and they raised them to fucking just hate. Just be like, they're all morons. I see through all this bullshit.
Cynical douchebags, bitter assholes.
A lot of intellectual despair.
So they resent their elders for raising them to be resentful, bitter assholes.
Basically to see through all the bullshit, to be smarter than it all.
Yeah.
Like they all grew up on a TV show called Ask a Wise Kid.
Okay.
So that this is them as like an adults now, and they're like, I can't have a relationship. I can't,
I can't
enjoy art, you know. So
I only see documentaries, never fictional films.
Yeah, I would put that in there.
Okay, that's awesome.
I put that in there.
Thanks for putting that out there, dude. I like that. That makes it more. It makes it feel real when you literally describe a book that you love and
yeah.
why.
Well, I relate to it because it's like I'm the youngest of a big family, and my older siblings raised me. That's who I am is them.
Yeah.
So I relate to all that stuff. So, but the thing that would be the best thing about this is the basement.
Let's go. Take us to the basement.
It's either I would probably do, because I want a frozen I want an ice rink in my backyard.
Yeah.
Play hockey.
Yeah, you're a hockey player, dude.
Huge hockey guy.
Fist bump for that.
And then in the basement
yeah.
would be basically this concrete, it would be
For roller hockey.
yeah, to shoot pucks. Like growing up,
Dude, I love shooting puck. It's like going to the batting cages.
it was my today. If there's one hobby, I just wish I could just on the side of my house growing up shooting pucks.
To my wife's cousin's house, they have a net in their backyard.
Oh,
and they
is there a
live
kid
out
that's
in,
playing hockey?
They don't play hockey anymore, but they live all the way out in like San Bernardino area. And they have like a really nice yard.
Yeah.
And whenever I go over there, I love just grabbing a beer, just shooting puck while we're talking. It's just, if you're a hockey player,
that is literally pure, happiness, joy in my heart. Because I growing up destroying a fence. So I would have, a typical, basement type of garage type of vibe to it. There would be a corner where it would be like boards, you would actually have hockey boards wrapped around.
Yeah.
And then inside the wall would be the net, and so you couldn't, I wouldn't have anything you can destroy it, but basically this whole area right here is just for straight shooting pucks and enough to maybe put on some rollerblades. You can skate around a little bit and stuff like that. Great stereo system. Maybe if people want to come and hang out and do that kind of stuff. Look, because I would want a hang common area, but I can't really visualize that. But I would like
your kitchen's got that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you did give us that.
Well, I would like if if we're all
Don't
down
beat
there.
yourself up. Not on my podcast.
Well, I would like down there. Playing games, if everybody wants to let's do a little 3-on-3 or something like that, but it's enough space to if we don't have to play hockey, we can do some other stuff.
Yeah.
Pull out a ping pong table or something like that. The basement might be the game room area, but it would be dominated by, it's wow, this is a little mini rink where you have the actual real ice rink in the backyard.
So if you and I were sitting down there right now, just to paint the picture for our listeners and just to give me a little imagination times, if we were sitting down there right now shooting pucks around, we each have our own stick. I like to wear my gloves when I'm shooting puck.
I would have gloves.
We're both shooting puck around, and we're drinking something and listening to music. What would we be drinking, and what would we be listening to?
I would probably be drinking some unsweetened iced tea.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Labatt Blue just to keep it Canadian, but go on.
I'm not a big drinker.
Okay.
If I had to, it'd be red wine. But if
Oh,
I'm
dude,
doing that-
red wine and shooting puck?
Yeah.
That sounds like a whole new podcast, a whole new. I have a meetup group, meetup.com, red wine and puck shooting. Come on down.
It's like the book club starts in after this.
Yep.
It would be shooting pucks. What kind of music would be going on? Some jazz right now. Probably some Miles Davis.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no lyrics. Everybody can have a good conversation.
I like how you have multiple rooms in your house that have non-lyrical music, which
Yeah.
is so wonderful because you get the benefits without any distraction.
100%. This would be the most lit up room, though. This is like your generic, warehouse like lighting,
Yeah.
because you want to see everything, and this is not so much dark.
In case you haven't been to a hockey rink, listeners, I mean,
Yeah.
you want it to be lit AF.
Yeah.
You want it.
I would have it
see.
like a vibe too, as you think you're in an ice rink, maybe a scoreboard. You know what I mean? Like that would be fun if it was actual like a little mini rink, and it has like you can even put like stands for people to sit and stuff like that. Then maybe have like a little snack bar, like bar, like an actual bar, like you can get booze and stuff like that.
Totally.
I think that'd be kind of fun. Have like a bench, like a picnic bench somewhere.
Dude,
like
I
that's
love
not
it.
in that.
I love it. I mean, even if you did it like mini, like you didn't have a full, which you could.
Yeah.
It's fantasy house. You have no limit
Yeah.
on acreage. But even if you just had like a small rink. In fact, when I grew up in Chino, they had a place called Hockey Silo, and they had the main rink.
the silo.
And they had a tiny rink too. And it was really fun to go shoot puck in the tiny rink or even skate around the little
Oh
tiny.
my god, I remember the silo, man.
Yeah, dude. Oh, look at us. It's all nostalgic. On a very nostalgic
Dude, that
episode.
takes me back.
So
Yeah, I
so
never
great.
played a league there, but I'd always go and play a little hockey there with my friends and stuff like that. But yeah, it's so funny because it's like that's a silo is exactly what I kind of envisioned for the basement, but it'd be a little more comfy, not so warehousey feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd just be like, "Whoa, you have this down here? This is amazing!"
Oh, I love it.
And it'd be kind of game roomy on the other side of that too, as well. So
It's badass, dude. You got a
But-
great fantasy house.
artwork everywhere.
You got a great fantasy house.
Thanks.
Great feels.
Tried with imagination.
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't try. You succeeded. Motherfucker. Hashtag blessed guest. Where can people find you?
Okay, you can find me at MikeyMcKernan.com. Follow me on Instagram at Mikey McKernan.
Spell it again just so people can easily type it in.
MikeyMcKernan.
Awesome, dude. Thank you for doing this.
Shefsky, thank you, dude.
Such a good time, dude.
I almost fucked your name up.
That's okay. You
I was
almost call me
gonna say-
Chefsky, but
Yeah.
it's all good. I don't mind.
But I was going to say John, but I always,
Don't even trip.
this is good. I'm glad we got to do this, man.
Dude, it was
Thanks.
so
I
much
really do
fun.
appreciate you inviting me on
Are you
chatting.
kidding? I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come do this. It was a blast, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Guys, check out Mikey's stuff. Go follow him and check out his comedy and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to this. And wherever you're listening to this on right now, please hit that share button. It would mean the world to me. If you like this podcast, click the share button. Get some other people on here. And if you're new and just checking it out, hit the subscribe button, baby. Become part of this family. We are loving it. Loving the reviews, guys. We're almost at 50. I'm going to read that 50th one up on one of these episodes. It's going to be fun. I'm telling you. All right. Mwah. Peace and have fun.